Welcome to Zoological World. Today we are discuss about garden eel. The garden eel is a type of saltwater eel that includes 35 different species. These eels spend their lives with at least their tail in the sand at all times. The full body is never completely out of the sand. Some or most of their body sticks out from the sand, making their appearance relative to grass. They are opportunistic feeders who wait for food to come to them in the natural current. Incredible garden eel facts. These eels inhabit holes burrowed into sand. These eels use their tails to dig holes. They have excellent vision to spot their food. Females can change their sex if there are few or no males in the colony. These eels are pelagic spawners. Garden eel classification and scientific name. The scientific name for the collective group of these eels is Heterochondrinae. The species comprises two genera, Heteroconger and Gorgasia. These eels are part of the Chondridae family, which includes conger eels and garden eels. The class these eels belong to is Actinopterygii. There are 35 subspecies of these eels. The name, garden eel, comes from the appearance of a colony, which looks similar to a garden of seagrass. Garden eel species. These eel species can be divided into two genus groups or genera. Heteroconger consists of 21 subspecies and Gorgasia includes 14 subspecies. Some notable species include Heteroconger hassii, spotted garden eel. This eel can grow up to 40 centimeters. Gorgasia praeclara, splendid garden eel. They are also called orange-barred garden eels. Heteroconger cannabis, white ring garden eel, in Mexico. This eel is sometimes called Cape garden eel. Gorgasia hawaiiensis, Hawaiian garden eel. Like its name suggests, this eel is common in the Hawaiian Islands. Heteroconger cobra, cobra garden eel. These eels inhabit the western central Pacific. Garden eel appearance. These eels have big eyes, sharp teeth, and a short nose. Their bodies are long and slim. They have one fin. The size of these eels can differ greatly. Depending on the species, these eels can be between 33 and 121 centimeters long. The colors of the eel vary from one species to another. They can be white, black, yellow, green, brown, orange, gray, or blue. The eel can be one solid color or a combination of colors in a pattern such as banded or spotted. Spotted garden eels, for example, are white with black spots. Splendid garden eels have a banded pattern of yellow, orange and white. Garden eel distribution, population, and habitat. The estimated population of these eels is unknown. Most species found on the IUCN Red List are least concern status and stable. The remaining few have a status that is data deficient. Most species live in saltwater habitats while some can also inhabit brackish water. These eels do not live in freshwater. A large number of these eels are found in Indo-Pacific regions but can be found in many marine habitats. You can find various species of these eels in the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans as well as the Caribbean Sea and the Red Sea. They dwell in burrowed sandholes in the seafloor. They generally do not leave their holes, except for a portion of their bodies. An eel will retreat its full body completely into these holes to evade danger. Garden eel predators and prey. These eels are carnivores. They mainly feed on zooplankton as it floats by them in the ocean current. Garden eel in fishing and cooking. It is unclear whether or not these eels are normally fished for. However, they are sold as pets, so they must be captured at some rate. The most common species to be kept as a pet in an aquarium tank is the spotted garden eel, though splendid garden eels can also be found for sale. If you are considering owning these eels, know that the tank needs to have at least 125 gallons of water and 6 to 10 inches of sand. They need enough room to burrow their full body when needed. Do not attempt to fill it with fresh water, as they cannot survive in it. You should also consider the cost of the animals as well as the cost of the necessary equipment. The price of a spotted garden eel ranges from $40 to $80. For a splendid eel, the price can be between $55 and $100. These eels specifically are not usually eaten, though other eel species are. Some of the most popular eels humans eat are saltwater, freshwater, and conger eels. American eels, Japanese eels, European eels, New Zealand eels, and South African eels are among the most consumed species. Eel is typically served smoked, steamed, or grilled, though there are many methods used. Eel meat has high omega-3 and protein content. A traditional Japanese dish called unadon is probably the most famous dish made with eel. You can find a recipe for this cuisine below, along with an Italian-inspired dish and an American-style meal recipe.